Welcome back to the days. Today we will learn about the explosive truth that completely demolished Xander and Sarah's dream wedding, leaving their marriage in absolute ruins when devastating secrets finally surfaced at the worst possible moment. The shocking wedding day disaster. The romantic atmosphere surrounding Xander Cook Kiriakis and Sarah Horton's highly anticipated remarriage ceremony was shattered in the most brutal way imaginable when the carefully concealed truth about Philip Kiriakis' brutal beating finally exploded into the open. What was supposed to be a beautiful second chance at happiness quickly transformed into a nightmare scenario that left wedding guests horrified and the bride absolutely devastated. Sarah, who had spent countless sleepless nights tormented by guilt over falsely accusing her beloved husband of attacking his own cousin, had finally found the courage to move forward with their relationship. She had convinced herself that her initial suspicions about Xander's involvement in Philip's near-fatal assault were nothing more than paranoid fears fueled by his well-documented anger management issues. The beautiful bride had even insisted on this intimate remarriage ceremony as a symbolic fresh start, believing that they could finally put their troubled past behind them and focus on building a stable future for their precious daughter Victoria. The devastating moment of truth. However, the wedding day revelation struck like lightning when irrefutable evidence emerged that Xander had indeed been the one who savagely attacked Philip, leaving him bloodied and unconscious in his hotel room. The shocking truth came to light through a combination of Kate Brady's persistent investigation and physical evidence that could no longer be hidden, including Xander's bruised knuckles and suspicious behavior following the incident. The moment Sarah learned that her original instincts had been completely accurate all along, her world came crashing down with devastating force. The realization that Xander had not only committed this violent act but had also manipulated her into believing she was wrong about her suspicions created a double betrayal that cut deeper than any physical wound could have. Standing there in her wedding dress, surrounded by family and friends who had gathered to celebrate their love, Sarah felt the crushing weight of deception that had been carefully orchestrated by the man she was about to remarry. Sarah's explosive response and wedding cancellation. The bride's reaction was both immediate and volcanic, as years of accumulated trust issues and relationship trauma came pouring out in a torrent of righteous anger. Sarah's voice echoed through the ceremony venue as she confronted Xander about his lies, demanding to know how he could allow her to suffer such intense guilt while knowing the entire time that she had been right to suspect him. The emotional devastation was visible on her face, as she realized that their entire reconciliation had been built on a foundation of manipulation and deceit. With tears streaming down her face and her hands visibly shaking with rage, Sarah made the heart-wrenching decision to call off the wedding in front of their stunned guests. She declared that she could never trust someone who would let her blame herself for being suspicious when her maternal instincts had been trying to protect their family from his violent tendencies. The symbolic act of removing her engagement ring and placing it on the altar became a powerful statement about the complete breakdown of their relationship. The aftermath of broken promises. The wedding venue, which had been decorated with beautiful flowers and filled with hopes for a renewed future, suddenly became the scene of one of Salem's most dramatic relationship implosions. Family members and close friends watched in stunned silence as the couple they had believed were destined to overcome any obstacle finally reached their breaking point. Maggie Kiriakis, who had already begun questioning Xander about his suspicious behavior and injured hands, found herself witnessing the complete validation of her concerns in the most public way possible. The revelation also sent shockwaves through the extended Kiriakis family, particularly affecting Alex Kiriakis, who had been slowly warming up to his cousin Xander before this devastating truth emerged. The violent attack on Philip had already created significant tension within the family dynamics, but the wedding day exposure of Xander's guilt and subsequent deception elevated the situation to an entirely new level of family crisis. The broader implications for their future. This catastrophic wedding day disaster has effectively destroyed any possibility of reconciliation between Xander and Sarah in the foreseeable future. The dual betrayal of both the violent act itself and the manipulative cover-up that followed has created wounds that may prove impossible to heal, especially considering their shared responsibility as co-parents to young Victoria. Sarah's discovery that Xander was willing to let her suffer psychological torment rather than face the consequences of his actions has fundamentally altered her perception of the man she once planned to spend her life with. The legal implications surrounding Philip's assault are also likely to intensify now that the truth has been publicly exposed. With Kate Brady having discovered Philip's bloodied and unconscious body and called for emergency medical assistance, there is substantial evidence linking Xander to the crime. The wedding day revelation ensures that this information will no longer remain a family secret, potentially leading to criminal charges that could result in significant prison time for the disgraced groom. The complete collapse of Xander and Sarah's remarriage represents more than just another failed Salem wedding. It symbolizes the ultimate consequence of choosing deception over honesty in relationships, even when the truth seems too difficult to bear. Next, we will explore who will reveal this horrifying secret and whether Xander will take revenge on the person who destroyed his wedding, as well as the possibility that he will return to Gwen Rizek after his relationship with Sarah completely falls apart. The biggest question fans are asking is who will be the one to reveal the truth about Xander's brutal attack on Philip Kyriakis. There are several potential candidates for this role, and each has their own motives. Kate Roberts, who discovered Philip unconscious and bloodied, certainly knows more than she has revealed. With her sharp investigative instincts, Kate may be the one to dig deeper into the truth and ultimately confront Xander at his own wedding. Another possibility is Brady Black, who has previously advised Xander about the importance of honesty in relationships. Brady might accidentally discover evidence or overhear a conversation revealing the truth. With his complex history involving family secrets, Brady may feel responsible for speaking the truth, especially when he sees Sarah suffering from guilt. Philip Kyriakis himself is another intriguing candidate. Although he initially helped Xander cover up the truth, Philip might ultimately decide to confess at the wedding because he cannot bear to see Sarah blame herself. Or perhaps in a moment of weakness, Philip will accidentally reveal the truth while talking to someone else. Felicity Green, the young woman working at the bakery, could also play a crucial role in revealing the truth. With her innocent and honest nature, Felicity might accidentally overhear a conversation or discover evidence that she doesn't understand the significance of until it's too late. She could be the one who inadvertently triggers the chain of events leading to the revelation at the wedding. When the truth is finally revealed at the wedding, Xander's reaction will be a combination of rage and desperation. This man, who has previously had anger management issues, will certainly not accept being publicly exposed like this. Xander will feel betrayed not only by the secret being revealed, but also by the timing and manner in which it was revealed right at his wedding. Xander's revenge plan will depend on who reveals the secret. If it's Kate Roberts, he might use the Kyriakis family influence to damage her career and reputation. If it's Brady, Xander could exploit Brady's dark past for retaliation. And if it's Philip, this could lead to another physical confrontation, but this time much more serious. However, the most interesting aspect is the possibility that Xander will return to Gwen Rizek after his relationship with Sarah ends in disaster. Gwen, the woman who once understood Xander's dark nature and accepted it, may be the only one willing to stand by him during this difficult time. She is no stranger to hiding secrets and manipulating situations, which might attract Xander when he feels he needs someone who understands his complexity. The relationship between Xander and Gwen would be built on a foundation of mutual understanding about dark actions and the ability to accept a dark past. Unlike Sarah, who always tried to see the good in Xander, Gwen knows exactly who he is and has no illusions about changing him. Xander's revenge could be brutal and calculated, especially when he feels betrayed on the most important day of his life. He might use all the Kyriakis family resources for retaliation, from career sabotage to revealing the dark secrets of whoever hurt him.